We're going to have one line coming into the catch basin here, and the other line is going to come from here. He's digging down lower so we can get stone at the bottom. We'll see how much we get done before we have to leave because of the rain. All right, we're done. All right, we're here for an estimate. We had a mark out called. We like to see where all the utilities are before we do any kind of work. Tom's setting up the laser so we can get a good idea of grade. Got some water here. But you have this downspout right there. And the neighbor's downspout also comes here. And this is the area in question. It always floods out. And in the backyard's a big hill, and most of the water comes over to this side. They also have a downspout right behind there. So Tom will do the laser and we'll do the grading on here. Hi everybody, we are at our next project we're doing. Now this house is a little tricky because it's very flat. And we have to get water from over there to over here. She has a pipe here. It's been here forever. She doesn't know where or what it's attached to, but it is totally clogged. Now in this town, we are not allowed to replace that pipe no matter what. And we are not allowed to dig in her easement for 10 feet away from the curb. So what our plan is, we're going to try to clear this pipe out 10 feet. And they said we have to put a bubbler in 10 feet away from the curb. That is what they allowed. So what we're going to try to do is clear out that pipe and put a bubbler in, but attached to the pipe if it's good. We have our camera here, so we'll scope it if we can get this pipe cleared and see if that pipe is viable to be attached to. Good. Keep going. Coming to dirt. Wait, let's see. Looks clogged.
Well, this is the building out. But you got 3 feet. You gotta make it to that sunken sidewalk.
Wait, let's try to see what that is.
Probably where we tried to push through.
No.
Okay.
So this is the thing. She gets a whole bunch of water along this fence here. We got the neighbor's downspout. She has her downspout. Plus it's very low right here. All the water goes like this. And their water, you can see, goes like that. So it all meets right there. We're going to be putting this downspout to our pipe. We're going to be putting 3 catch basins in. We're going to be putting one at the far end here, right here. And then this is just like a little lake here. And we'll put one in here. We'll collect this water, attach the downspout, and we're putting another catch basin in here somewhere where the ground is low. Oh, it's really solid in there. That looks good. I'll try that. Let me get a little more with this. I'll work on this if you want to set that up. It's like totally solid right there. Okay, Tom's gonna cut that Orangeburg pipe. Oh, come on. Nice. That's pretty full of water. Yep. That's pretty full. All right. You dig this out a little? Okay, I can get through a little bit more. Let me get. You're hitting it. All right, so we finally got through. You see that little piece right there? That's 1.5 inches. And so what our goal is we have to put a pop-up here no matter what. So we'll put a pop-up here, sleeve that with 1.5 inches, unless we can get 2 inch in there. And then some of the water will go into the street so they won't get as much on the sidewalk. We wanted to get a 2 inch in there, but I don't know if that's possible. It might be. All right. At least we got through. That pipe seems pretty crushed in there under the sidewalk. That's why we want to sleeve it. I want to scratch the camera. Wait a minute. But I can see it. Go slow. See? Wait, you're getting in the mud. Go slow. You can see all the way through, I think.
Oh yeah, look at that.
The wire was up there. I think it was green.
You can try running it through again.
I don't see it. I see it. All right, we were able to get 2 inch under there. Tom's cutting off the sod. We're going to try to put that back if we can. So the grass is a little thin, so we'll try our best.
Good morning. Dawn and I are here working on a small yard drain, and even with a job like this, we still have to work around utilities. And we're going to be doing that with our Airspade. We bought this a month ago, and it worked really well, so we're going to be using it again on this job. We use the Airspade to loosen up the soil, and then we just have to remove it with the shovel or with the excavator. So another way to go would be to use a power washer type setup. But what's nice about this is the soil comes out nice and dry and fluffy, and then it's easy just to put it right back in and not have a bunch of mud. So
look at the Airspade, makes this dirt so soft. All right, so Tom just went, he went to get the Mini. We don't live that far from here. We used the Airspade as much as we want to today. We uncovered a couple things that we wanted to see. And here's our 2-inch pipe. We barely got that in. Tom pounded it in. Then once he found the cable line, then I'm just doing a little by hand. It's only like 3 inches, not even under the ground. So our trench is going to go here, and the cable line is right there. That's a new one. At least they have it sleeved now with a hard plastic around it. We're going to have a catch basin in this area right here. We're going to have one line coming into the catch basin here, and the other line is going to come from here. So I have to continue to find where the line is here. So here's the cable. This is giant tree roots in a way. We can cut that out. So as long as that cable line is low enough that we can bring our line into the new trench we're doing, we'll see. I'm not going to dig any more here until Tom gets back, see what he decides to do.
measure on my bucket. The bottom of that line is what, 6? No, the bottom of that line is 8.
All right, so we found the cable line. That's all exposed. Tom has most of this ditch dug. But you can see there the black lines. Those are the sprinkler lines that run the sprinklers. So we have to dig around those. And plenty of roots. Basin 16, I think. Yep, 16 to the top. He's digging down lower so we can get stone at the bottom. Okay, right here is where our basin's going. And that will have holes in the bottom and stone at the bottom of our trench. And then it's going to continue here, go down. And this town requires us to put a pop-up 10 feet away from the curb, which is right there. We're going to do a little something different. Since they had that pipe there, it was totally clogged. We unclogged it and we sleeved it with a 2-inch pipe. See that right there? So what we're going to do is we're going to put this fitting in there, a reducer from 4-inch to 2, attach that to the pipe, have our bubbler up on top. So in big rains it will bubble out, but You'll never get water staying in there because water will also be allowed to go out underneath the sidewalk and into the street through that 2-inch pipe. Push it a little. Okay.
Doesn't look straight, but we can turn it.
What's this?
Yeah, we can turn the whole thing. Yeah, that's good. Give me a small piece.
Ready? Okay, go ahead. A little bit more. Okay. All right, so we're gonna put some dirt back. Get this bedded in nice. Make sure that's straight. All right, just here's a look at everything that we did so far. But there's a pop-up and the 2-inch line going underneath the sidewalk going out. We're gonna put some dirt in here, get this all down, get some dirt around this pipe, and then tomorrow we will finish this. But we want to get this all covered up for the day. And then as Tom comes along, he has his track right in this thing, and then it really packs it down tight. Is that too high?
It's a little bit, but I think it'll be all right.
Oh, you can ride on the edge, right?
Yeah.
All right, we got up to where we're gonna put a basin, and we'll be back in the morning. I gotta cut these roots up here. These are some huge ones. All right, we got the rest of this trench dug for the downspout. I'll put a pipe in there in a minute. That's what's working around these old houses you always find. Look at this, how big this root is. It's my hand. Gotta cut that out of there. It was down there. And those black wires that we've been following and trying not to break, they are in this box for the sprinkler system. So that's why we're trying not to hit them. Here's another one right there. We can just go under that one. All right, we'll get on to putting our pipe in.
Go like that.
Okay.
Should be good then. Okay, let me get a couple of screws. I got screws. I don't know if you can even reach. Okay. It's fine, that's why they are here.
Okay, and that's half a bubble. Okay, Tom just augured a hole. He put some rock in there. Okay.
That looks pretty good.
Enough? 22? Tom's going to auger a hole for that basin. We need that marker again. I put it away. I'll go get it.
Put that pipe in. Let's go backwards then. Great barcode. Put on a pipe or something?
I'm gonna hold it. Don't hit it yet. All right, go ahead. I guess it's in. Yeah. So.
Okay, so go back and set the pipe right.
All right. Saw. There it is. All right, we're about to get a whole bunch of rain. So we're gonna get dirt compacted around each of these basins, but here's a look at it before we fill it in. We'll see how much we get done before we have to leave because of the rain. But we're at least gonna get soil in the trench. We might have to come back and do some grading and put the sod back on where we can. Some of it's really thin. But just a quick look. We're gonna start bedding this pipe in. Now the ground was really wet today. We had just 2 days of rain. I came back here twice to get rain footage for you guys, but most of the rain came at nighttime and it only was drizzling during the day. Second. Okay, Tom's gonna run a tamper over it. Put some grass seed down first. We're done. We had just 2 days of rain. Most of the rain came at nighttime and it only was drizzling during the day. So I didn't get any water coming out of the pipe. But she said everything worked great. And we tamped it down. Over here it was really wet. So we left it a little high, put a lot of grass seed down. There's the one basin, there's the downspout, then we got the other basin. We have everything tapered to go into these basins and inlets. There's an inlet, see how muddy everything is. So on this back basin, what we did was, they have this hill here, the water comes down, and we directed the water to go into here. Water comes in under the fence there, so we have a little swale in there that will go in there and the rest will go there. And there's a look at this side. I don't know if you can see on camera, but this is very low here. And all the water was just sitting here, just saturating everything. So there's another look. And today's April 14th, and the weather is going to be beautiful this week. So this grass should come up nicely. There's the pop-up drain. When it's a big rain and a small rain, you said we sleeved this with a 2-inch pipe right there, because that other pipe they have, that Orangeburg pipe, you can see still some remnants of it right there. Right there. It was all broken and clogged inside. So we just put a 2-inch pipe because we're not allowed to replace that pipe. So we just sleeved it.